There's enough in here for you to learn for the rest of your life. And I want you to see these things. These are things a teachable person does. A teachable person listens carefully before speaking. Come on, that's marriage counseling 101. Right? And men, you know it when she tests you by saying, what did I just say? And you're like, oh, can you say that again? Wasn't listening. I heard you. I wasn't listening. We got to listen carefully before we speak. It welcomes correction instead of resisting it. Do you welcome people that, well, do you even have a person in your life that can tell you something that you're doing wrong? Now, you're in a dangerous place if nobody comes up to you and says, hey, man, I'm not so sure you did that right. I'm not so sure that's what we should be saying. Do you welcome it, though? Hey, tell me, what do I need to change? What am I doing that I don't see? And a teachable person seeks counsel rather than assuming they're right. You see, counsel, we talk about it a lot here, but counsel's not just, there's going to be a few of these this morning, and feel free, they're all in threes because that's just a great number. And take a picture. These are going to help you. It's going to help you in life. But we talk about counsel. Counsel's not always, I need to go sit in a therapist's office. Now, I'm called Dean or Jim on the board and talk to any of these elders. And man, I can receive counsel from my friends. You know, hey, you ever call somebody and say, hey, what have you done here? We have a marriage ministry that we're building marriage coaches, and they're just coming together, and you're going to maybe go out to dinner and go, man, we're just struggling in our marriage. What can we do? Right? You're receiving counsel, wise counsel. And I want you to think of this. Some of you may have heard me say it before, and there is one answer. I want you to see that. Well, let me back up. I want you to hear this saying: feedback is a gift. I learned this when I was an instructor at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Academy in Charleston, and we had students that would come in and they would, well, this is the way I learned it. Well, I used to do it this way. I'll do it this way because, and we would give them feedback, and we taught them that feedback was a gift. And so for you, someone who tells you something of correction is a gift. I want you to look at it like, wow, that person had the courage to come and tell me something that needs correction. Wow, thank you. Thank you needs to be the only answer. This is going to help you in life and work and your marriage, kids, with your parents. You just say thank you. Hey, Pastor Steve, if you would just change this thing, you're doing this and that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. And your only responsibility after saying thank you is to internalize it. And you think about it. Try it with your spouse one time. Man, thanks, Stacy, for sharing that with me. I didn't know that. Thank you. And then think about it. And you weigh it against what the Lord is prompting you to do. And the answer is, now you get to make a choice. What do you do with the information? Is it from the Lord? Is the Lord using other people? You know He'll use other people to help mature you, right? Who's it from? Is it from a trusted small group leader? Is it from a coach that's helping you? Is it from a pastor or an elder? Some of you, man, you make some big mistakes, and we come in, hey, maybe an elder gives you a phone call, and you're very resistant and quick to say, yeah, but this person and that person, we try to shed the blame instead of going, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to pray about that. I'm going to think about that. You can always have a conversation later. You can go back and say, hey, when you told me this the other day, I've been thinking and praying about that. Can we have a conversation? Yeah, absolutely. Well, we need to get in a place where we see that feedback is a gift and thank you is our response. You can put a period at the very end of your argument. You don't have to get the last word. You don't have to be made right. I'd rather my marriage be right than I be right. We've got to figure this out. Proverbs 1:5 reminds us that the wise person will hear and increase learning. A man of understanding will seek wise counsel. Hey, somebody gave me this feedback the other day. What do you think? Are you seeing this too? You do this. Do you have people you can call that you trust? They're going to help you grow. Oh, it's amazing what happens. An unteachable heart shuts down the conversation, but a teachable heart invites God to speak, allows him to move in your heart, and you change. And then you start welcoming people. 2, words build up or tear down. Y'all hanging in there with me? It's tough, I know. If we're going to grow together, we have to admit that words shape our community. I often say in my family, what we say matters. Every word matters. We often say it's not what you say, it's how you said it. Oh, but sometimes it is what you say. Like, we've got to learn the timing. We've got to learn how we say words matter. They build up or they tear down. We have a rule in our house. We have learned, we've been taught as my family, as a pastor, as a teacher, as a preacher, that there's a vulnerable moment. And vulnerable moments are Sunday afternoons, Sunday evenings. Because I just said, Lord, here I am, send me, work through me. I don't know if you know, but this is not always physically tiring, but it is emotionally and spiritually exhausting. And Sunday afternoons, I can be like a pit viper. If Stacy comes up to me and starts giving me feedback, oh, thank you, right? And so we've learned, because other pastors have taught us, that's a vulnerable moment. So we don't talk about Sunday on Sunday. And on Monday, we ease into it. You see, because we've learned that we have to listen, we have to marinate. Sometimes what we'll do is we wait out of vulnerable moments, and then we go, you know, that really isn't worth sharing. That was me. Sometimes I'll take a note. I love my son. He preaches sometimes. I sit over here, I take notes, I learn from my son. It's amazing. You know what else I do? I feel like, man, I'm also your dad, and I want to coach, and I write things down. I'm like, try this. Maybe you say these things too many times, or whatever the thing is, right? And then oftentimes I don't ever share it with him, because I'm like, oh, the Lord will teach him. And there's a few that I'll share. Why? Because I'm discerning from the Lord. I'm saying, Lord, what do you want me to do? What is it that you want me to say? And most of the time, he's so great that I'm like, this doesn't even matter. Ephesians 4:29 in the ESV, I love it. It says, no corrupting talk. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Can we admit we all fail here? There are times I corrupt my family, I corrupt my children. Like, I'm saying things that are just, man, it's not help. You ever say anything you know it's not helping the environment? Come on, I think we're all guilty of this. We better all be guilty of this. Like, man, I've said some things to my family, to my friends. It's not good for building them up. It's tearing them down. It's making them feel worse. Like, we all have room to improve. All of us. We have room to get this better. How we talk, what we say. Are we building? Are we coaching? Other passages warn us that gossip and slander, they're not like just side sins. They're not like these little, it's not like sinlets on the side, right? You know, it's just a little bit. They're marks, hear me, of a heart that's turned away from God. Because God is not into people talking about other people behind their backs. It's not his business. And so for us to even share something that's not ours to share is turning a heart away from him and saying, I'm okay. Romans lists us gossip and slander, the sins of a depraved mind. The mind that's not thinking. Proverbs says, a dishonest man speaks strife, and a whisper separates close friends. Come on, some of you have been guilty of that. There's a lot of people that will say things about my family, any pastor family. Just like a social media. Pick a prominent pastor anywhere on the planet. And some of us will say things about these big nationwide pastors that we don't even know. I've never been into their church. I've never sat under their teaching. I saw a 30-second reel. Now I got an opinion on the person. Well, wait a minute. Why do we do this? When we repeat information that's not ours to share, we start getting in trouble.